Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to tonight's training in building your Shaklee business. And this is training number 3. The others are all archived, and we'll be sharing those as we go along. And I would like to introduce our guest speaker who's going to be running the program tonight, and that's one of my not directors, coordinators under me, Mary Andreozzi, and we've been friends for a long time. We met when we were pregnant with our third babies, and those third babies are now 29 years old, so that's a long time being friends. And so, Mary, I'm going to turn everything over to you.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. I'm excited to be part of this because I think it's a great tool. We don't have to get dressed. We can stay in our PJs and just kind of focus on stuff that we want to build our team. And it's nice because it can be recorded and you can pass this on. So we're going to start with steps to build a team because we don't do this alone. We're going to start with our goals, and we'll talk about specifics with that. That turns into activities. Then there's follow-up. And then there's our duplication. Okay. We set goals to create your future. Your future vision will inspire and motivate you every day. It'll give you an outline, a place to begin your day, and remember that this is where you want to go. What is your vision for the future? Dream about what your life can be. Dr. Shaklee said, what you think you look, what you think you do, what you think you are. Okay. This here is, something that gives you an idea of all those different areas in your life where you want to look towards the future and figure out what direction you'd like to take. Family time, your occupation, travel, your children's future with college and education, fun times. These are all important things that you need to identify and attach a lot of emotion to it so that it becomes part of your reality. There happens to be a sheet here that you can work on. Some of you may have actually worked on a dream statement. This helps you define your purpose and your passion, and this will motivate you to build your business. Your why helps you stay focused on your goals. Think of this activity as creating your personal mission statement for your business, and ask yourself these questions to help you define your why, and that will be your mission statement. So things like, what motivates you? What does my family need or want? What would I change? Is there something I'd like to eliminate, like a long commute to work? What would I do if I had time and money and that wasn't an issue? Who inspires you? To identify mentors. And this goes on, and it can be downloaded from the Shaklee University. We can attach it to some emails if you like, and you can print it out and begin developing your why. And as time goes on, your why will change. So it's always important to take a look at that. But this is a very important step to beginning that journey towards your goals. All right, let's see. Next page, all right. Just bear with me 1 second.
Yeah, up at the top, go to your,
sorry.
Next one.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, building your business with activity. When I'm in action, things happen. Activity is absolutely number one. If you don't follow up with activities that will bring to fruition those things that you want, it's just a hobby. Sharing Shaklee with daily activities to build your business, touching base with your friends, picking up the telephone, talking over a cup of tea, touching people in some way, You can use the social media. This is the lifeblood of the business, is your relationship with the people that you care about. And, talking to 2 new people a day is a very good practice to get into. If you want to do more, great, but at least do that minimum. So sharing Shaklee with everyday activities helps to build your business. Scheduling blocks of time to drive your activity, it's a good idea to treat this like a business that's, you're dependent on at the very beginning. You're more likely to get paid like a business. Establish set hours to build your Shaklee business and commit to blocks of time to build your business. So oftentimes people will say, block out those necessary things for your family, and then fill them in with activities that you can fill in with Shaklee. So here we have, all right. So there's just an idea of a typical day on a Monday, what might be a good schedule for someone. Monday morning calls, a motivational call. We start out early and have someone that you mentor with help you set your pace for the day. 11 to 12, reach out to new people, go on to Facebook, follow up with some people, and then do a broadcast later. So you're not connected to just these activities all day. You've designated your power hours and so on. So there's different things you can do. You can do monthly events. You can do weekly events. You can just do chats over a cup of tea. Team calls are great too. Checking in with your team, and they don't have to be people that you're sponsored by or with. They can be cousins like we are in Shaklee. That's the beauty of it. So you get the idea there. Some people like to take Sunday off or Saturdays. You decide. All right. So how you manage your time can significantly impact how successful you become. Focus on activities that are income producing. Some examples of that would be sharing your Shaklee products and the opportunity with new appointments. Help people to see the benefits using the products and become a Shaklee ambassador. Change brands at home. Buy from your own store. Samples to people. That's very easy to do. You can pop them in the mail, drop them off on your way somewhere. Invite people over and let them try some goodies with you. Follow up with your prospects and interested people. Always check in with them. I tell people, I don't just sell you product. I check in with you and make sure you've received it. And how is it performing for you? Is it living up to your expectations? Do you have any questions? Meet with fitness studio owners, salons, and all kinds of different businesses that are all about being healthy. You can have in-home events with smaller groups of people if you like. We do have bigger, events once or twice a year. And you can kind of create it in the way, the style, the theme that you like. And holding a Facebook event. You can do something like Zoom, or you can just send out Instagram. But using, social media as a tool. Match the activity to the correct heading. Okay, activities to produce income. Well, that would be stuff that you would be working with people. That means hosting events. That means business seminars. You're going to get people interested. They're going to grow with you. Follow-up would be one-on-one presentations, fitness studio visits, social media invites. These are all things that are interactive with people. The others are more for when you're supporting your business and learning about your business so you can do a better job. And if you get bogged down in the hours and you really do a lot of that, you're not going to have any people time. This is to click on all these, but I don't want to do that. Yeah.
Why don't you click on one of them?
I am, but it's not seeming to go anywhere. Drag and drop into the box under the correct heading. All right, so to distribute samples of the... All right, I see what they're doing here. You get the idea. All right. Oops. Oh, I see. Yeah, so this is alone study time activities. And,
Hey.
okay, oh, it's incorrect. This is going to produce income. Fitness studio.
Hey. Move.
Mary, you can, if you click on Martha's box, I think you can mute her. There we go. No, she went off. Okay.
Okay. All right. I didn't actually do this on the page, but these are not wanting to go in the right thing, so. Oh, no. Help me out here, Carol. Use Shaklee products is going to produce income?
Well, yeah, yes. Using Shaklee products, it comes number one.
I would think that these need to stay in this category, but it's not allowing me to. I don't know. That's a little bit of a glitch with the chapter. It's not going in the right places, see?
Oh, right. Well, fitness studio visits would be activities.
Well, let me put it there.
You know why? Because it probably will do both. But one of the things that I'd like to add to what you're saying, Mary, is I'd like to add about the using Shaklee products. Because for most of us, using the products came first. And I know for myself, it was the results, my health results with the products. Same with you, Mary. Both of our health results are why we decided to share it with other women. Because we both had some hormonal issues that were causing, for me it was fibroids, uterine fibroids, and for you it was endometriosis. So you had, we were both facing possible surgery, and we chose a different path and had great success with it. And that's where our passion came from, was using the products, not looking at the business opportunity necessarily. And then it boiled down to, well, how am I going to fit this into my life budget, my household budget? And that's when I realized, and you did too, that the only thing to do is to share it with other people so that you could earn back some money.
Yep.
And that's all I wanted to do in the beginning. I know that's all you wanted to do. In fact, you told me you'd never get up in front of anybody and speak.
Yeah.
And then I kind of started putting you on the spot when we had meetings and everything. And in your first month, you got a big bonus check.
I did. I made $270 because I had 10 people come to a meeting and I generated 1,000 PV. And that was
one meeting.
Yes.
One meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that month was filled with, follow-up and everything, inviting and following up. But, yeah, that was my defining moment. So,
and then didn't our visions expand at that point, Mary?
Oh, yeah. Because we had seen the success for ourselves, that builds your confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, we want to think about who we want to have on our team, because this is not something you do by yourself. It's never going to work that way. And you want more for the people under you than you do for yourself. So you think about your list, and that is your most important asset. So I remember sitting down and making 100 names on a piece of paper, and it seemed very daunting, but it just flowed. So you always continue to expand your list. You think big, and don't limit or prejudge. Don't think, oh, gee, she's never going to be interested, or they make too much money, they're probably into something else, or they don't make enough money, or she'll never be interested. And always think up too. You don't have to try and fix everybody. And we all have folks who want to help, but you want to be around successful people too. So someone that's already successful, share with them as well. Keep adding to your list, actively work your list, and to grow your business and develop your relationships. And there is a worksheet for that as well. All right, so this is going to define your business and all the branches that grow. This is a great piece that helps you jog your memory. Most of all, you want to think about people you really like and you enjoy and you'd like to hang out with. But, you know, people in a professional manner that would be an asset to your Shaklee business. So that's a very helpful thing. You can download that as well. Ask for referrals and find leads. There's different methods of that. Adding every week's names. And it's not always the person that you talk to. It might be someone that they know of. Networking tips go beyond your warm market. Ways you can connect in your community. I just signed up for the local bank. July I'm going to be hosting Shaklee there for a whole month as a local community, based business, and that's a great thing. It's fun. Keep your list with you, continue to add, and so on. So you've got a lot of great tools there. Okay, I'm looking to see where...
Right where your arrow is, there.
Okay, all right. So that's a wonderful tool you can print out or make your own little... some people like a very visible thing, names on a piece of cardboard, and whatever works for you. Use a memory jogger to help you make your list. Everyone you have ever met is either a candidate for our product or the business opportunity, or they know someone who is. So ask for referrals. Click the pictures for some ideas. Relatives, realtor, goes golfing with you, teacher, coworker, lawyer, gym owner, restaurant owner, and anybody who's health conscious.
I just want to mention something, Mary, that I could add to that last slide. When it talked about the different people, sometimes our family can be the toughest.
Yes.
And my mother was terrific. If I talked about it, she bought it. Yeah. And gave it a try. You couldn't help but love her to death. And I have one cousin out of a large family that purchases on a regular basis, and all of a sudden another cousin and another aunt came on, and an aunt came on board, and I don't know what they just did. They asked me some questions and said, okay, I want to get started on some vitamins. And so you never know. You hang in there and not worry about it. Teacher, I have a couple of teachers that my kids had that I built a relationship with. And some of my closest friends, it doesn't have friends down there. Well, some of my closest friends, the ones that I felt like, oh my goodness, they're so health conscious. They're going to love these products because of the science behind them. Yeah. And that word up there at the top, health conscious people. And I realized after approaching them, which the door closed. And then it was like, I want to keep the friendship alive because you never know. Yep. And I realized that they saw themselves, that there's a continuum of us learning to be healthy and making the right choices. And everybody is on a different place on that road. And some people see themselves on the road much further along than you are, whether they are or not, but that's how they see themselves. And I started looking at it that way, and I thought, yeah, that's how they're seeing themselves. I just have to be patient.
Yep. Yep.
I just have to be patient. And it was usually their friends that came on board.
Yes. And then they listen to you. Yep.
Yes. Amazing.
All right. So you want to find your pearls. Identify the people on your list with the following traits. They're positive. They're entrepreneurial. They're achievers. They enjoy recognition. They are natural leaders and they're successful. Dragon, okay, let's see. Drag and drop scripts to complete the script. I thought you might be interested in learning more about what I'm doing. And I thought of, because, I don't know, I haven't done this sheet. Where do you find these things to move? Oh, okay.
There it is.
All right. So there's the traits of a positive thinker, good attitude, people like you, look at the bright side, entrepreneurial, interested in your own business, self-starter, highly motivated, focused and goal-oriented, always trying to do better and be better and finishing what you start. Recognition, others appreciate you, you make a difference in others' lives. Leaders, they're looked up to in some way in their area of their life, whether work, church, or community, and successful in some aspect of business, work, finances, marriage, and parenting. Okay, so
there's a worksheet there on finding your pearls.
Yeah.
Yeah. That. Mm-hmm.
So put your prospect list together, starting with the people that you're closest to and with whom you have the most rapport and credibility. Make it easy in the beginning. Try starting off with some people you know will be cooperative. And you can practice your skills. And here, this is a nice sheet that helps you to identify those people and their traits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Don't stop. Keep searching. The process of identifying your future partners is like finding a pearl in a group of oysters. Okay. Open all the oysters to find the pearl. Keep looking. Congratulations, you kept looking and you found your pearls. Use your worksheet to identify people with your traits. All right. Your list is an activity that can help you in your business. Nothing happens in your business until you share the products and opportunities with those you know and will meet. Ask for referrals from people on your list and add to your list. So we want to do both of those things. Okay, share Shaklee with meaningful conversation. Listen for needs and opportunities to share Shaklee. Yeah, don't fire hose people. Conversation starters that connect with questions. Start with questions. It sounds like you're worried you don't get enough nutrition in your daily diet. Can I tell you about something that could make a difference? Or I agree that being proactive is so much better than waiting until we need help. I'm actually doing something about that myself. You know, would you be interested in hearing about that? Or about the Shaklee opportunity? Wow, you have so much going on in your day. How do you manage balancing all your priorities? So you kind of want busy people because they work more effective. Self-disclosures, okay. Oh, so with the Shaklee Life Plan, no time for breakfast? That used to be me. I'd skip it and then I'd run out of gas before noon. But now I do this thing that takes almost no time and I feel great. The Shaklee 180. Thanks. Yes, I have lost weight and I'm happy to say I felt great doing it. I'd love to share my secret. With the MindWorks, my days are so full. I used to find myself losing my keys or forgetting appointments, but I just found something that makes a huge difference.
Well, you have a testimony about MindWorks, Mary.
Yes, I do. Yes, first time I tried it, it felt like there was a film peeled off the top of my brain. I could actually, focus and think straight. So here we have Barbara Lagoni. She was the first person I watched a video on with Carol when I had my issue with my hormones.
Shaklee is a people business, and the most important skills we can learn are people skills, and especially the ability to build relationships and make connection. So let's look at 3 simple elements of a conversation that help us to connect with the people we meet, starting with learning about others. That's one of the most important things we do in our work as we meet people, is to learn about them and who they are and what their gifts are and what their talents are and what their interests are and what their needs are. And we find out about that by asking questions. And one of the gentlest ways to inquire about the lives of others is to use the phrase, tell me about. You can use tell me about to open a conversation. So if I've met somebody at a Shaklee event, I might say, so tell me about, how do you know Mary, our hostess, who invited you to this event?
Thank you.
Or you can use it in the middle of a conversation when you're engaged with somebody to find out more about what they do for a living. And maybe they say, I'm a teacher. And you could say, oh, tell me about that. What is that like today? Tell me about can be used when we do nutritional consultations. Tell me about your health. Tell me about your family. Tell me about that. So it's a very gentle way to find out about what people's needs are, what their interests are, and you're looking for ways that might connect them to Shaklee. Second is acknowledging people. Acknowledging people is a really powerful connector, showing our appreciation for the information we learn when we're in conversation with somebody. And it's training ourselves to look for the good in others, look for those qualities in others that we admire, and then remembering to tell them what we're feeling. So maybe you discover somebody is homeschooling their children. You say, I think that's wonderful. What a commitment you're making to those kids. Or you find out somebody lives in Chicago and you say, I love Chicago. That's such a great city. Or I'm so impressed with your commitment to fitness and how you work out so consistently every week. I really admire you for that. Our third element is a really important one. This one comes from Simon Sinek. Many of you have heard him say, people don't buy what we sell. They buy why we sell it. And they don't buy what we do. They buy why we do it. And so one of the skills we want to learn is how to share our reason for making contacts with people. And remembering to tell them how we feel about what we do. And it could be how we feel about the products we use and why we've chosen them. But what really connects people to looking at Shaklee is when you tell them why you chose it, how you feel about it. That can't be anything that's argued then. That's a connector. And we tell people how we feel about our why behind why we chose a Shaklee business, why we are inviting them to an event. Remember to tell the why part of that. So utilizing these three practices help us to make connection, build relationships and friendships, and that leads to lifelong customers and a strong Shaklee business.
I just love her. She's so easy to listen to. Okay.
Yeah, we had her here as a guest speaker one year. Remember, Mary?
Yep.
That was a while ago. Yeah.
We saw her in Palm Springs too.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We did.
Okay. So, like Barbara says, asking questions, that intentional listening, lead the conversation with tell me more. Listen for needs and opportunities. Tell me about that. Tell me more. Ask open-ended questions. These are questions that can't be answered by a simple yes or no. Questions that start with what, which, how, when, and what do you think? When they give you a short answer or a yes or no, just say, tell me more about that. And your goal is for them to do 90% of the talking. Just shut up and listen. You should be an encouraged listener. Okay, event or meeting format. All right. With an introduction, you briefly explain what you will cover, and there won't be any surprises. An example would be about the company, the products, and the opportunity. Introduce Shaklee benefits using the product, share it with family and friends, and build a business as an entrepreneur. In a presentation conversation, share your story very briefly. Ask the group what they would like to learn about. Present the opportunity presentation with videos and testimonies. And if the meeting is one-on-one, practice the act of listening to build that rapport. Talk less, listen more, ask questions, tell me more, be present, be with them, and mirror their tone. And to recap, you review their goals and match it to the 3 ways they can join Shaklee. Are they interested in simply using the products, becoming healthier, losing weight, reducing the toxins in their home? So they'd be a user and experience the way the products help transform their life. Or are they interested in earning money to help supplement what they are already making? In that case, they may want to share products with family and friends and earn extra cash and rewards. Or are they interested in exploring the business and creating a financial future with Shaklee? And that's how you would build a team in a way that works for them and fits their lifestyle with the potential for significant financial rewards. And the only way you're going to learn that is by asking questions and being a listener. We have guidelines for those different kinds of formats. This is very, very helpful. So I suggest printing them out, keeping them easy for you to find. Going back to looking at these Shaklee University chapters is very helpful. So share Shaklee in the following ways. A 3-way call with your upline. You can invite a prospect to a scheduled upline call so they can hear who mentors you and introduce them, their experience, their ability to answer any questions, because we're not going to know it all, especially at the beginning. And these calls provide credibility and first-hand experience, and it helps people to understand that it's not just you alone. Okay, here's some scripts. Hi, Bob. This is Carol. I'd like to introduce you to my upline. She's on the line with us. And Carol's such a great, awesome mentor. She's got a lot of experience. She'll be able to answer your questions much better than I can. And Carol, I'd like you to meet Bob. He has 2 children and works as a building contractor. And there's a script on that you can print out as well. Hello, yes, I have some questions after watching the video. Okay. That's another conversation that would come up if you're sharing with your upline. It's good for them to write these things down, and your upline answers those questions and passes the call back to you, and the cue is that your upline will say, does Shaklee sound like a good fit for you, or are you ready to start your own business? The 3-way call with your upline is most important because, let's see here, you haven't spoken with them in a long time. You can use your upline's experience to be able to answer your questions and model how to do a 3-way call. You don't need to use a 3-way call when you feel confident to answer all the questions yourself, or this call is all about you and not your prospect. Okay, I would say this one here. Yay! Okay, so share Shaklee in the following ways. We've done that, sharing based on prospects' needs. It may be health-related. Since you mentioned your family's health, I'd like to invite you to our next health chat, like we did today at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If you can't come to that, why not come to Mayor's, and we'll talk about something the 3rd Saturday of every month. Okay, you can tell them what the health chat involves. And then you can also say, let's do a wellness consultation. We'll go through the catalog, or, we can go through our really cool health print tool. That's awesome. If they're looking for extra income, I've been thinking about you since our conversation the other day when you mentioned looking for a way to earn enough money to send your kids to private school. If I could show you a way to do that, would you be interested? Let me know. Let me show you how I did it, and then you can show them a little bit about the rank charge and the income, and answer their questions. With healthy living and weight, you mentioned it's hard to manage your weight, especially with less than healthy food. You tell them about what you've learned about with the Shaklee Life Plan and the Life Strip and the Shake, and how economical and convenient it is. And you can talk about inviting them to a smoothie workshop, or you can have them over to the house, let them try one there. Sometimes you can stick it in the mail. There's all different ways to address that. Flexibility. Sounds like you're looking to make a change in your life. I can appreciate if you don't like your job. I can help you find a situation where you can build a part-time business to have flexibility. Would you be interested? So you assess their interest level, explore the business, and creating a financial future with Shaklee, earning money to help supplement what they're already making, and then show them the income. And there's a PDF on these needs as well. 3 steps to inviting someone to your event. Hi, Liberty. Do you have a few minutes to talk? I'm excited about a new business opportunity I found. It's different from anything else I've seen, and I'd like to share it with you. My goal, an example, is to help other people experience a healthier life. I'd like to send you the health print and call you back tomorrow to answer some questions. You know, if you happen to know that this person likes things on the computer, maybe she doesn't. Find out which way she likes to communicate. This is a way to invite. I'm calling to follow up on our conversation and get your feedback on what you like most about the video that I sent you. Great, I'm having a get-together at my house. I'd like to invite you to join us. It would mean a lot to have your support. I'd like to send you some more information to look at. So that's a second tool. And then confirming, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Call them the day before. I was hoping you could bring some ice. Oh, this is a good tip. You know, ask them to bring something, because then they're kind of, well, yeah, I should go because I promised I'd bring some napkins.
It works, doesn't it, Mary?
Yeah, or, you know, you ask them to pick up a friend, too, on the way that happens to live down the road, you know. This helps to create commitment. And that's, you know, thank them. This is going to be fun. We'll see you tomorrow.
And Mary, you've been very successful with in-home events. You just had one on Saturday.
Yeah, I had 9 people here. It was fun. The house was roaring with laughter and lots of questions, a lot of camaraderie. We learned a lot from each other. They went home with information, and a lot of follow-up now, so that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Social media, you can use Facebook sharing, post photos, show your enthusiasm, the new experience that you're enjoying, the product benefit and lifestyles, before and after pictures. Show them how nice your scour off cleans your bathtub, before and after pictures. You know, the people really identify with that. Facebook event, holding an event is a great way to have a lot of people all on at once. They're themed kinds of posts, and you can communicate with people after you watch little blurbs of special videos. It doesn't take a lot of time, and people can stay home in their pajamas.
Today's event had quite a few people on there, and I didn't realize I couldn't see it when doing the event, but later going back in and looking, I realized there were quite a few people on there watching the event. So they're exciting because it's so easy.
Yes.
It's so easy, and you can be candid, and really it shows your personality, and they can come back when you do a live video like that event, like Angelina and I did. They can come back and watch it over and over again. Or if they started it and said, oh, I want to watch that later, they can come back and find it and watch it later.
Yep. Yeah, it's really convenient. They're not stuck to it. They can't, you know, they don't have to complete it. They can stop and go when they want. Texting blitz, yeah. I mean, that's the way to communicate these ways. And, you know, don't give them all the information. Get them just to call you or write back to you, because you want to leave them kind of hungry so that you can ask questions and they can have a conversation. And keep it, you know, short, and you can invite them to, you know, try some samples, you know, meet for a cup of tea, have some fun. Handling objections. I was just talking to my daughter, Kelly, about this, because she says, no, I know people are going to say this and that and this and that. I said, okay, well, we have to build your belief in the product so you can handle that. So Don't take it personally. I had objections in the very beginning. Acknowledge the question graciously, and two approaches are tell me more, acknowledge, I appreciate that you feel that way, tell me more about why you think that, and redirect it, let me explain how this works. I usually say, tell me how you came to that opinion, I'd be interested in understanding that. Feel felt found. I'm glad you asked that. What a great question. I know how you feel. I felt that way too, but I found, that's that, feel, felt, and found. And always end with a statement or a question that leads them back to a decision. Some things may be too expensive. I understand how you might feel. I originally felt that the same way too until I researched and found that not all supplements are alike. And here's what I can tell you about Shaklee. Oh, I can't sell. I can't do that. I'm glad to hear that. I don't sell either. Tell me more about what you don't like about selling. I like to think of myself in business of helping people live happier, healthier lives. Shaklee is such a gift. I know when I share my story about how the product improves my health and how the green products don't harm the environment and I can save money, I'm not selling. I'm sharing. Mm-hmm. And no time. Oh, I don't have time for this. I can't do this. I know how you feel. I felt that same way. And yes, time is really important. I found that making the time made the difference. If you really want these benefits, do you think you can find 5 hours per week? And I can show you a way to work Shaklee into your schedule and then help them to decide on a time to get together. So there's a really great handout on that. I'm going to share this with Kelly because this is a big thing that is a roadblock that can really make it difficult to move forward. But once you become confident in that, it's wonderful. All right, so create a cycle of activity. You're going to have your goals and your list. You're going to begin inviting. I don't think these do anything. Okay, that's going to generate you putting events on the calendar for your invitees, and you're going to share that, and you're going to invite other people to come with them, and then they're going to want to follow up afterwards, and that is just another reason to invite for more information and so on. Then you have two choices of sponsoring or teaching them, and that's how you build a team. Activity will build your business. Be in action every day. Talk to two new people every day. Invite your contacts and work your list. Follow up every day and review your activities with your upline. All right, steps to building a team. Follow this duplicatable process to build your team. Go to follow up. I didn't see this page before, Carol. You saw this in the beginning, setting your goals, your vision. Mm-hmm. Okay. We looked at this before. Identifying those areas in your life that you would like to see change in 5 years. And here we have Rick Seymour.
Okay. It doesn't come up yet. Go and close out your PDFs that you have open up there.
There we go.
What is it that drives us to improve our lives? It's a dream, a goal, a belief that we can in fact improve our futures. Most things that we dream about that we haven't yet achieved usually require more time, more money, or both. And quite often people who are doing well financially say, well, I don't need any more money, just time. But if the reason you don't have enough time is that you're working 40 to 60 hours per week to get the money, what if you could replace that income by working fewer hours per week? Then you would have the time and the resources. Shaklee provides a wonderful vehicle to help people to achieve their dreams and goals, but it always starts with belief. Belief in the products, belief in the business model, belief in the company, but most importantly, belief in yourself. One of the reasons I became an aerospace engineer, a rocket scientist, if you will, was because I had no people skills. I was a complete and total introvert. I was very, very shy. I did everything I could to avoid having to interact with others. I wouldn't even eat lunch in the company cafeteria because I was afraid someone would sit down and want to carry on a conversation, and I didn't know how to do that. And I also really hated the corporate culture of a large government contractor in the space program. The bureaucracy, the office politics, it all drove me crazy. And I was really tired of working for people that I wouldn't have hired. I wanted a way out. I wanted my own business. I wanted freedom. So what is it that will help us step out of our comfort zone, to take a risk, to do something we've never done before? One of the most important concepts I ever learned is this: without an adequate answer to the question why, any price is too high to pay. Without a why, a dream, a goal, we will never endure the discomfort of change. We have to have a good reason to change. In other words, why are you doing this business? What is the dream that drives you? What is it that is important enough to you that you're willing to step out of your comfort zone and take a risk? It doesn't matter whether it's a personal goal such as college for your kids, a bigger home, time freedom, or financial independence. It could be your desire to change other people's lives in very positive ways. Passionate about children's health, women's health, sports nutrition, environmental issues. The point is this: what are you passionate about? Also recognize that your passion and enthusiasm are contagious. Simon Sinek says, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Why are you doing Shaklee? What are you passionate about? What makes you come alive? What are your innate strengths? What will building a Shaklee business do for you, for your life, or your family? I think one of the best ways to begin to get a handle on this is to take a few minutes to write down what your life will be like in 5 years if you don't build a Shaklee business. And then after you've done that, write down what your life will be like in 5 years if you do build a Shaklee business. Which life would you rather have? Is it worth changing, growing, learning new skills? It took me quite a while to figure out that all motivation is self-motivation. You can't wait around for somebody else to motivate you. What if that person doesn't show up? It's your dream, your why that inspires you, motivates you, gets you to take a risk, to get out of your comfort zone. I spent a lot of time wanting to learn the magic key to this business. I needed the perfect video, the perfect PowerPoint, the perfect presentation, the perfect brochure. I thought it was all about the tools, the how to do the business. It turns out when you have a big enough why, any how will work. They all work if you do. It helps to keep your dream, your goals in front of you visually. Create a dream board to hang in your office. Mine happens to be a collage on the screensaver on my computer. I see it all the time, every day. But keep your goals in front of you any way you can. The more you see them, the more likely you are to act on them. Your better future begins between your ears. How you think, what you think. If your dream isn't big enough for others to laugh at you and say you're crazy, it isn't big enough. If it doesn't scare you, it is not big enough. And if it doesn't stretch you, it is not big enough. Having big, bold, audacious goals will do more to motivate you than small goals will. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Zig Ziglar said that when obstacles arise, and they will, you change your direction to reach your goals. You do not change your decision to get there. When you feel like quitting, think about why you started. Keep the dream alive. And remember, folks, life has no remote. You have to get up and change it.
I like that last comment, that life has no remote.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He is awesome. Mm-hmm.
All right, so the dream board will help you focus daily on your goals. Keep them in front of you any way you can. The more you see them, the more likely you are to act on them. Design your personal dream or freedom board. That's just an example there. It can be as simple as a poster board or a page in a loose leaf binder, any method that you know you're going to be able to spot that easily. This happens to be one of my dream boards. I don't know if you can see it.
Hold it up higher. There we go.
It involves a lot of fun, flexibility, and freedom, and $3,000 extra. So, you know, that is fun to create. We should teach our children to do that. There is a little bit of a template here that you can use to give you some ideas. All right. Oh, come on. No, we don't want to go back there. All right, sorry. So creating a dream board is important because it helps you stay focused on your goals. It's a daily reminder of your dreams and goals, and it helps you choose daily actions to achieve your goals, all of the above. Very powerful. Goals can change your future. I remember the first time I met a master coordinator. I wanted to be at that level, and that goal just drove me. There wasn't a day that went by that I didn't think about becoming a master coordinator because I knew what was at the end of the rainbow. And as I saw it, if these people, other people could do it, I could do it too. And that's the kind of thinking that'll help you get there. It's really simple. Gary Byrne and his wife, Shaklee Presidential and Lifetime Master Coordinators. Very inspirational, really nice people. So SMART goals need to be focused on so that you can be most effective. And these goals would make a difference in the growth of your business. I don't know why it moves so quickly on that one sheet. Let's just see if we can go back to that. So you can just see specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-based. And those will all bring you to the different levels to help you grow your business. And you want to grow with sponsoring your personal volume, with your amount of meetings and product events, and developing your downline sales leaders. All right, determine specific goals to help you reach your goals. Activities to reach your goals. Don't be willy-nilly. Don't be very, vague about it. Be specific. Measurable, track your progress to see which goals you accomplish and which ones need revision. Attainable, be realistic with your time and schedule and planning what you can accomplish, but don't be afraid to dream big. Relevant, schedule activities and action items that are related to growing your business and specifically sharing Shaklee. And time-based, set 30, 60, and 90-day goals. And there's also a worksheet on here as well. Here we go. This is Jen.
A fellow New Yorker. Not anymore, though.
That's the beauty of Shaklee.
Congratulations on taking the first step in starting your Shaklee business. Everyone has their own journey with Shaklee, but there are parts of the journey that are universal to everyone. When you first get started, or if you're looking to take the next step and grow your business, you probably feel excited. There are so many possibilities. You are ready to go out and share Shaklee with everyone. I remember being so excited about the products and intrigued about the opportunity to share Shaklee and build more financial stability. The more I learned about this amazing company, the more excited I became, and I wanted to start sharing Shaklee with everyone. Shaklee is a journey, and while there can be short-term success, ultimately, you're building your future. It's important to look at the bigger picture so you can break it down and set short-term goals to help you achieve everything you want. Set 30, 60, and 90-day goals that are realistic and attainable, but also challenge you and make you stretch. And ultimately, these goals should reflect your why. It's also important to become a student of Shaklee. There are weekly corporate calls and training opportunities from your mentor and team, as well as online trainings from Shaklee University. Learning never stops. And whenever you may start to feel stuck or overwhelmed or anxious, it's the perfect opportunity to take a breath. Celebrate the fact that you are doing this and making things happen. So make a commitment to yourself and skill up. There are endless ways to skill up and further develop your leadership. There are so many books, podcasts, videos, and resources available from industry leaders and personal development experts. Stay committed, because every business goes through a startup phase. There are good times, amazing times, and incredibly rewarding times. But there are also challenges. But don't quit, and don't be shy. Ask for help when you need it. If you are consistent and committed, you will experience the rewards of this business. You can achieve New Directors Conference and qualify for a dream trip and a car bonus. I'm an example of someone who made a decision to step up my game and get out of my comfort zone. And when I'm faced with obstacles and things feel challenging, I don't let the few little things I don't know how to do or solve undo all of the areas where I'm really strong. I focus on my strengths, and I skill up in the areas where I need some support. And by doing that, I've been able to create an amazing lifestyle using Shaklee as my vehicle. I've traveled the world on Shaklee incentive trips. I've been to Kenya, Paris, Mexico 3 times, and the Caribbean. I've taken my family with me, my parents, my brother, my sister, my friends, my husband. And I don't say this to brag, but to show you that you can do this. In fact, I was even able to pick up my business and move across the country to start a life with my husband in a brand new city, thanks to the stable monthly income I've built with Shaklee. And so I say to you, again, congratulations on taking the first step to create your future and partnering with Shaklee.
I love what she says about building on your own strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to give up to get. Think about things that are taking up time but aren't helping you grow your business. Maybe it's television or an activity. You will gain so much in return by funneling that time and energy into your business. Just redirect your efforts. So trade TV for PV. And see that grow. What can you give up so you can spend more time building your Shaklee business and your dreams? Activities can grow your business. Motivation is what gets you started, and habit is what keeps you going. So the best way to predict the future is to create it. That's a famous quote by Dr. Forrest C. Shaklee, and he was a smart man. And that concludes that unit number 3. Thank you guys for all the bumpy spots tonight.
That's okay. All right.
Thanks, Mare.
Oh, thank you.
You rock.